When WrestleMania 28 ended with The Rock standing tall, fireworks going off, we all knew we had seen something special. We saw once in a lifetime, we saw end of an era, and even though we didn't know it back then, we saw the start of the Yes Movement. Mania 28 went down as one of the most beloved Manias of all time, and as soon as the Mania ended, the hype for the next one began. Who was going to come back? Who was going to step up? What was going to be the main event? And as big as Mania 28 was, Mania 29 had everything in place for it to be just as elite, if not even better. So fast forward 1 year, it's 2013, it's April, it's a cold night in New York / New Jersey, WrestleMania 29, welcome back home in front of 80,000 people, and it was The Rock versus Cena 2 for the WWE Championship? I'm sorry, what? You thought it was going to be once in a lifetime, didn't you, Squidward? So Mania happened and Triple H beat Lesnar because he wanted to prove that he could beat a real fighter and that he learned how to do submissions. And oh, you want a marquee matchup? You want to sell some pay-per-views? Well, we got Jack Swagger versus Alberto Del Rio for the world title. And if that's not enough, well, I got a surprise for you. How about Mark Henry beating Ryback? The only redeeming quality of this WrestleMania, as you all know, was CM Punk versus The Undertaker in a classic. But this Mania was not good. Nobody wanted to see the rematch. Nobody wanted to see anything on this card except for one match. WrestleMania 29 had so much potential. This could have been one of the biggest, one of the best WrestleManias of all time. Instead, we got one of the most forgettable, boring, just bad WrestleManias. I still can't believe I spent $20 to watch this live in theaters back in 2013. I am a dumbass. So I thought, why not for the first time on this channel, I get my booking hat on? Why not make a video where I fantasy book my WrestleMania 29 and fix this mess? What matches would I have had? Who should have won the matches, the builds up, etc.? If I had all the power in the WWE, how would a WrestleMania 29 turned out? Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Pav, aka Wrestling Gifts, and welcome to Rebooking WrestleMania 29. So WrestleMania 29 and the Pavverse will have 3 main events, but to get there we begin at SummerSlam 2012, and we also have a lot to change in the history even before SummerSlam. So let's just run down some things up until SummerSlam 2012. Alright, so number 1, Brock Lesnar does come back the night after WrestleMania, he does attack Cena, and he does fight John Cena at Extreme Rules 2012. They have the same epic match, except for in this one, Brock Lesnar wins. And after he wins, he goes on an old school UFC era Brock Lesnar promo, calling Cena garbage, Triple H is a The Rock is a and that if he wanted to, he could kill The Undertaker with his bare hands. He just destroys all the top stars in a promo and then just says, you know what, I'm out, and just leaves WWE programming for months. Number 2, so Cena loses the match, he basically dies, but then he bounces back. He cuts a few promos about how he lost the 2 biggest matches of his career, and then he realizes that maybe his time is up. But he isn't gonna go down swinging. You know, typical Cena promo about when you never give up, hustle with respect, harder. And remember this match from Over the Limit 2012? Of course you don't. But Cena gets put in the match and he wins. It becomes a 5-way elimination match and he goes God mode. He eliminates every single person by his damn self, puts people through tables, shows no mercy. There's no goofy John Cena. He destroys and he becomes the World Heavyweight Champion. Number 3, in the Pavverse, CM Punk is still WWE Champion. He keeps doing his thing, you know, YOLO, live your best life, Punk. And the Raw 1000 Punk heel turn never happens. Number 4, Cena stays strong from May onwards. He beats everyone. He does open challenges. Doesn't matter. He is running the place. He is going off, and the commentators love telling us how this is the best John Cena yet. And lastly, number 5, Triple H is nowhere to be found. So fast forward to SummerSlam 2012, and this is a night where we do get twice in a lifetime. It's Rock versus John Cena, number 2 for the World Heavyweight Championship, and it's way better to have this here, and Cena does finally get his win back. It's a great match, and hopefully this time The Rock doesn't get his bones and tendons ripped off to shreds. They shake hands, Cena walks away, and The Rock is in the ring, and he's posing, doing his thing, and the crowd is cheering for him. He's basically saying goodbye. As soon as he's about to leave the ring, here comes the pain call. Lesnar, who we have not seen since Extreme Rules 2012, just comes out there and just destroys The Rock. Puts him through a table, kills him, shoots him, takes his family hostage, whatever you want. He basically murders The Rock in the middle of the ring. And then he grabs the mic, because in my universe, apparently he's Scott Steiner, and he says, I already beat down John Cena's ass. I don't want his belt. I don't care about championships. I'm here to kick some ass. And I thought, why not send this little buffoon back to Hollywood? And then Brock leaves SummerSlam, and for the next few months, he just comes in every now and then whenever he wants on random episodes of Raw and SmackDown and pay-per-views, just beats up everyone when he feels like it. He's just a rogue monster on the loose. Kind of like Kane in 97, his music hits and everyone just runs for their lives. Fast forward to Royal Rumble 2013 and the road to Mania really kicks off here. So CM Punk is defending his WWE Championship against Randy Orton. They have a really good match, and remember, Punk is still a face here and so is Randy Orton. We get a solid face versus face match, and as soon as CM Punk wins the 1, 2, 3 hits, who comes out? Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is running down to the ring. He's about to beat up CM Punk so bad that Punk is not even to be straight edge anymore after this. And then, if you somehow, Rocky comes out, saves the day, and Brock Lesnar, The Rock, they're in the ring, they're staring at each other, but Brock Lesnar retreats. There you go. Rock and Lesnar stare each other down while Lesnar walks away, and once Lesnar's gone, The Rock gives CM Punk a little rub, raises his hand, shows that, hey, he's still the champion, don't worry. But there you go. It's set up. The match that it definitely should have happened at WrestleMania 29, Brock Lesnar versus The Rock. 11 years after SummerSlam 2002, after UFC championships and huge blockbusters in Hollywood, you got these two monsters finally going at it now that they're bigger stars than ever. You can't tell me that that wouldn't have been huge. And just like that, the first of the 3 main events is ready. Match for number 2. So on the same night, Triple H wins the 2012 Royal Rumble via shovel. I mean, by eliminating over the top rope. Triple H wins the Rumble, and some cheers, some boos, some cry, including me, and most of us complain online because when Triple H has the shovel in his hand, he is undefeated. But yeah, after not being seen since WrestleMania, he comes back in number 30, wins the Rumble, and then he has to choose. Is he going to fight Cena or Punk at WrestleMania? But he doesn't make his decision right away. Instead, he waits a little bit, and then one night we get Randy Orton versus CM Punk in a rematch for the WWE Championship. CM Punk beats Randy Orton, he's standing in the ring, and Triple H comes out and they're just staring at each other from the entrance to the ring. And this is where Randy Orton turns heel and just starts attacking CM Punk from behind. Triple H goes into the ring, he gets a sledgehammer, and these two just destroy CM Punk. Randy pledges allegiance to his former Evolution leader, and together CM Punk gets destroyed, and Triple H announced that at WrestleMania it's going to be CM Punk versus Triple H for the WWE Championship in a no disqualification match. And the build for this would have been so special. They clearly don't like each other in real life, and whenever you get that in a wrestling promo, it always hits. They use like real life tension, like Triple H ruining the summer of Punk in 2011. You can talk about how Punk feels that Triple H never really respected him, and shit, you can have Trips go like, yeah Punk, I never did like you. It'll be real, it'll be tense, it'll be exciting. It'll be CM Punk versus Triple H for the WWE Championship in a no disqualification match at WrestleMania. So main event 2 is completed. But now, last but not least, the true main event of WrestleMania. Yeah, sorry Punk, even in the Pavverse you're not main eventing. I think by process of elimination, everyone knows where this is going. The Undertaker comes out on an episode of Raw. It's February, it's time for Mania season, everything's exciting, and he cuts a typical Undertaker promo. I have taken souls, dug graves, died a few times. And he basically says how everyone has tried to beat him at WrestleMania. Shawn, Hunter, Edge, everyone. But no one has and no one ever will beat me at WrestleMania. So he basically says, I'm out, I'm leaving, I'm done. There's no challenge left for me, and that the last year truly was an end of an era. So when the crowd hears that, they start booing, but eventually, of course, they go all, thank you, Taker. So Taker is about to leave the ring, and as soon as he's leaving, it's only right. It is a shame that this match never happened in their primes. It's a shame we never got this when we needed it. It's a shame we never got this on the biggest stage. And no, I don't care. This match does not count, okay? I'm sorry, this was not a real match. But for these two to main event WrestleMania 29 would have been perfect. Cena comes out, he's the champion, and he just tells Taker, you've beaten them all at Mania, and you can ride off into the darkness if you want, but do you really want to go out without knowing if you could beat me? Yeah, you beat me back in the day in 03 when I was a rookie, but now I'm the man. What do you say? It's simple, it's easy, it's a match that should have happened. It's John Cena versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania in the main event in front of 80,000 people for the World Heavyweight Championship. That's my WrestleMania 29. Those are my 3 main events. It's nothing crazy. I'm sure others have made similar cards, but it makes all the sense and it's realistic, and I swear to God, if this had happened, this would have been so special. I would have been so excited. This would have been one of the greatest WrestleManias ever. Brock Lesnar versus The Rock, Cena versus Undertaker, and Punk versus Triple H. So there you go, just book it. Take my card, take my cash, take my money, take my virginity, take whatever you want, just take it. Wait, what? Just picture it, bro, just picture it. Live from New York in front of 80,000 people, these 3 WrestleMania main events. So WrestleMania 29 happens, it's beautiful, and to this day I just want to say I absolutely adore the setup, the stage, the vibe they had, the logo, the presentation. WrestleMania 29 definitely deserved a better Mania, and I think this is it. So at WrestleMania we would also get to open the show Daniel Bryan versus Rey Mysterio. Shades of Eddie versus Rey at WrestleMania 21, they have a solid 15-minute match, and don't worry, Team Hell No still happens, Daniel Bryan still ascends, but this would have been such a cool match to start off WrestleMania. 2 all-time greats just wrestling. The second match of the night would have been the Shield taking on anyone, like literally anyone, it doesn't matter. They could have just chose 3 random New Yorkers from the crowd and called it a night. The Shield destroys whoever they fight, and oh yeah, in my WrestleMania, they definitely make their entrance with a helicopter. In the third match of the night, Kaitlyn would defend her Divas Championship against AJ Lee. These two have always had amazing chemistry, and they had some great matches in 2013, and they deserve to put on a show on the biggest stage, and this would have been really fun, and AJ Lee would have finally became Divas Champion. And what's a WrestleMania without a match to get everyone on the card so everyone can get a WrestleMania payday? So what I would have done for the 4th match of the night is a Money in the Bank on the line battle royale. Dolph Ziggler leading up to Mania is just talking a lot of trash, how he's the best, blah blah blah, so Vince or Laurinaitis or whoever the hell is running the company at this point just tells him to put his money where his mouth is, and we get a battle royal, and don't worry, Dolph retains, he's still the Money in the Bank holder, and he goes on with his life. I was thinking of making this a ladder match, but let's keep it a battle royal, so the crowd is healthy and alive, and they have fun watching this match, but they don't get too burnt out for the 3 main events, because we need the crowd hungry and excited for the top 3 matches. So that would have been my undercard. 4 matches, no BS filler, decent matches, kill 2 hours with those, and then leave the next 2 hours for the reason people paid for the show in the first place. And it would have been Triple H versus CM Punk for the WWE title. I'm sorry, Punk, you're still 3rd from the top. But hey, you'll still get your epic live entrance, and Triple H can do his Dungeons and Dragons cosplay and think he's some king and a knight or whatever the hell he thinks he is. But for this match, we'll get a proper 20-minute, fast-paced, no DQ match with a bunch of drama, because everyone and their mom is going to be shook because they're gonna think that Triple H is once again going to prevail, which is honestly pretty reasonable to believe. Have Randy Orton come out and try to help Triple H, but this needs to be a fun match. No like headlocks and 15-minute rest holds, please. No ring psychology. Just a fun, no disqualification match. And after 15-20 minutes, at the end, Triple H wins. Yeah, wait, what'd you expect? Wait, you think that even if I ran the company, I could possibly convince Triple H to lay down at Mania? Bro, come on. Nah, I'm joking. After hours of convincing, CM Punk would win the match. He cleans out and he sends Orton packing, he beats Triple H in the middle of the ring, and he finally avenges his 2011 blunder, and he ends the story with Triple H. His reign continues, he gets cheered like crazy, let's give him some fireworks. Sure, he doesn't get to main event WrestleMania, but at least he gets revenge, and he gets to be champion moving forward. Is he still gonna leave the company in a year? Yeah, probably. But hey, I tried. And then the co-main event, Rock versus Brock 2. Yo, just imagine if this happened in 2013. Just the entrances alone, and then seeing them face to face after all these years, it would have been so hype. Lesnar and Rock go at it. It doesn't even need to be long. Honestly, 13 minutes or so is perfect, and Brock just destroys Rock. But Rock does fight, he comes back, and eventually you do believe, yo, The Rock might win. He makes comebacks, he's fast, he's explosive, he does it all. Rock applies his trash at sharpshooter, do everything Rock. But at the end, people's elbow, rock bottom, he does everything. It doesn't matter, because Lesnar hits him like 3 F5s and he just ends The Rock. I think this would have been awesome, just a fast-paced 2 elite athletes going at it. They had magic in 02, and there's no reason they can't do it again in 2013. 13 minutes, like I said, is all we need. Brock wins, and at this point after this, he has defeated Cena, he's defeated The Rock, and the question is, who's next? No, stop. No, not here, no. But this definitely would have had the crowd on fire, and I think everyone watching at home would have been so invested in it. But then, the main event. Cena versus The Undertaker. The ultimate dream match that never happened, and just imagine the electricity. Imagine Cena's entrance with the boos raining down, Taker coming down, and then being face to face at WrestleMania. The crowd would have been going absolutely mental during this match. Just the idea that Cena could end the streak, even if it's a 10%, 20% chance, just the fact that that was a possibility would have the crowd going going absolutely insane. And also you add the fact that I think it would be really believable that Cena might win the match because Cena lost to The Rock last year and now he's back in the main event to collect, and the idea of winning wouldn't be far-fetched. This match would have been iconic. 20 minutes, save the table breaks for this match, save the barricade breaks for this match, because this match deserves it. It would have been one of the most intense matches ever. Imagine the drama of Cena putting him in the STF or hitting a bunch of AAs off the top rope, and at any moment it's like, yo, is the streak gonna end? Is the streak gonna end? You have Cena do absolutely everything to the Undertaker, and then the question becomes, after everything, does the streak end here at WrestleMania 29 with Cena against The Undertaker? Does Cena redeem his once-in-a-lifetime loss by ending the streak? Nah. Undertaker beats Cena. I don't know how. I don't know if he does a super tombstone somehow. I don't know if he strikes Super Cena with lightning, but Taker beats Cena and becomes World Heavyweight Champion for the last time. Now, I was thinking, maybe Cena ends the streak. Why not? Help him bounce back. But it's Cena. It's wrestling. It's fake. Wins and loss matter to an extent, but look at HBK. He's Mr. WrestleMania, and that man has lost at Mania so many times, just as many times he's won. And Cena is Cena. He can survive losing to Taker and The Rock back-to-back years. If anything, him having a classic with Taker and losing would have been another feather in his cap. So in my WrestleMania, it ends with Taker and his World Heavyweight Championship, pyro going off, and hopefully this time the pyro doesn't end up burning people, and WrestleMania goes off the air with The Undertaker on top one last time. That's my Mania 29. I think it's pretty cool. So, rate my booking out of 10 in the comments below. Let me know how you would have booked WrestleMania 29, and also please let me know if you enjoyed this video, because I'm not gonna lie, I had a lot of fun making it, and should I continue doing booking videos? Thank you guys for watching. It truly means the world. I hope you guys enjoy. Leave your comments down below. I will see you in the next one very soon. It's your boy Pav, aka Wrestling Gifts, and I'm out of here. Later, guys.